I'm John Nesbitt. I'm the CEO of the Customer Factory. Right here we have my production manager, his name is also John Nesbitt. We call him Johnny or Tech. He's my son. He helps basically run all the delivery actually of running ad campaigns. So he oversees hundreds of ad campaigns running at any given time for all kinds of stuff for all of our clients. So all the people report to him and he oversees it. And then I have over here my Executive Vice President of Operations, which is our Chief Quality Control person, Merle Stepler. Mm-hmm. Merle is the one who, whenever he breaks something, he fixes it. The idea is that you can't just have running technology, you have to have quality control. Like in an office, a doc you will have some associates, they're doing production, but every now and then the senior doc has to oversee it and do a little quality control, right? We found the exact same pattern that delivers good healthcare to people, delivers good marketing to people, so that's why we have that. Mm-hmm. So today, we thought, let's just go ahead and talk shop. We find ourselves just chatting around the office all the time about what's working, what's not working, what we're changing, what we're seeing with clients. And I thought, wow, you know what? I have a feeling there's probably at least one or two people out there who'd love to hear that, even if it's only our competitors, right? So if you're our competitor, by the way, hello. I like you, we're cool, we're all friends, right? Okay, so if you learn something, great. But really I want this talk to be just like, what should our clients know, or what should people who are running ads on their own know? What happens on the inside of the technical delivery area of a marketing company, a beast marketing company like ours? What's it look like?
Sure.
So I'm going to say, I know we talked about something just ahead of this, but I don't want you to wear it out ahead of time. What have you learned? I know you actually been a lot of training with the beast itself, with Facebook itself.
Yeah, no, actually there have been a lot of tools released in Facebook tools, yeah. So that's one of my other jobs here, is that I'm the person who takes all the Facebook classes and goes to their webinars and reads all the write-ups they put out and the rules, etc.
What?
I know, we have to. Because we have to keep up with all this. But I will say this, there are a lot... I was trying to think of what's the best tool to talk about, but the fact is all these tools have come out, but they all are relating back to the same thing, is that Facebook, particularly starting at the end of last year, has been doing a major crackdown on basically scams and unreal people, fake identities, all this kind of thing.
I think everybody remembers, like about 6 months ago, all people had their pages banned, wiped out, people screaming blood in the streets, oh, pages are gone. Whole marketing companies got wiped out because they were so non-compliant.
Exactly. So one of the basics that Facebook is looking at is you have your own Facebook page, like personal page, and then you create your business page, which is your practice. And that practice page has to be real. And it has to be, first of all, it has to be attached to a real person. It's impossible, just in case anybody didn't know that, it's impossible to go out there and build a whatever chiropractic page and it's not attached to a real person.
A long time ago, they cracked down on a person. Like I had a page for my dog, a personal page for my dog, and eventually that just got nuked one day.
Yeah, exactly.
So
a business page has to be attached to a real person. So what Facebook is looking at now is they're giving us all these great tools, but the tools are useless if you don't have an active page. If your page isn't...
Like the fan page, the business page.
The actual business page. If that business page doesn't have regular posts and doesn't have followers and doesn't have interaction, then a lot of these tools are not negligent, they're neglected, or whatever the word is. They're rendered useless. Negated. Thank you.
Yes.
See, that's where we get blooper reels. But anyways, they are rendered useless because there's no data to operate off of. Like think of it this way, Facebook knows more about you than they know. It's scary.
Facebook, what do I want for dinner?
I know. The Facebook algorithms know what you're looking at. They even, like when you're scrolling on your phone, if you pause, not even stop on something, but just slow down, Facebook records that and they know what you slowed down on. And because of that, there is a definite avatar / profile, whatever, built about you. And Facebook can use that for marketing. It's a great thing.
That's why they do it. Theoretically,
exactly.
Not because they're curious. The entire all that creepy data Facebook has on all of us is for marketing. That's why it's so awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's something, just a little side quest here. Remember how people talk about, say, oh, Facebook is reading or listening in on my microphone, right? Facebook's reading my stuff. Okay, I had explained to me recently what that's all about by someone who knows. And they say, for Facebook to actually listen in on everybody's phones would be an incredibly difficult job to sort out all the wheat from the chaff. It's actually easier to do it the way they do it, which is even creepier. They'll do stuff like this. Say my birthday's coming up, and you and I are talking about blah, and I search for the new iPhone. Okay. Now, it will maybe decide that it'll give you an ad for the new iPhone, because it knows we probably talked about a birthday, or maybe about the iPhone. It'll give you an ad for the iPhone thinking you might buy it for me for my birthday, just because we're close together, with our phones are physically close together.
Oh, yeah.
But it understands what I'm into, and assumes that we're talking about it. I might be into snowshoes or something, and then you go home, we mentioned snowshoes, and then you go home, and it pitches a snowshoes thing at you. You think, I'm not into snowshoes, but we just talked about it. It must be. No, it's just one of the 10,000 ways. When you have that much data, that much math, and that much time, you can get creepy accurate. They can actually tell you, for example, which 2,000 people in Atlanta are going to buy a car most likely. Because they took the last 2,000 people who bought a new car and they looked at all their media consumption all before that to see what they did. They drove past a dealership, they did this, they did that, right? And they know what that profile looks like, so they look at the next people coming along who fit that profile, and their accuracy is like 80%.
Oh, yeah.
They're really good. So anyway, that's the data power we're talking about.
It's scary, Dave. It's scary what they know. But the truth is, if you're on Facebook and you're running ads on a dead page, which is what I don't know if that's a technical term or not, but that's what we call
Stale.
it.
I call it
stale page. Yeah, if you've got a page that is not active, you're not posting, no one's looking at it or anything like that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Facebook wants that data. They know your ads are connected to a certain page. There are all kinds, like I said, tools that we can use, but if those basics are not in, then it's not going to happen. And I can tell you empirically, which means you actually look at it. It's not just my thought, but you actually are looking at it.
That's a $30 word.
Exactly. It's a good word. But anyways, I can tell you, we have a client in California who, and he believes this, and I believe him, that we run ads for him and we get leads. He thoroughly believes that he can control his number of leads by the number of posts he puts on his page. And I watch it happen. And this is the great thing about it. We'll segue into a little what do you post here. It's not, what you're posting is not all a whole bunch of generic memes. What you're posting is not sales stuff. You're posting real things. He literally posts pictures of his daughter getting on the bus to go to school in the morning and says, I forget her name, Ayla, I think her name is. Anyways, goes off to school, and then he takes a picture of where he stopped to get coffee on the way to the office, and then a picture of the front desk. And he knows if he posts 10 posts a day, he's going to get X number of leads. If he only posts 2 posts a day, he's only going to get 1 lead. And it's amazing to watch that he controls how many leads.
So that's cool. So Facebook
posts.
is not just rewarding it, they're using that data to better target. So imagine how useful it is that, you just saw him post this thing about his daughter getting the bus, and then you get the right ad for you from him right there that connects, boom.
Right.
That's real social media marketing. It's not the same as running a billboard down the street. That's running an ad that's perfect for you.
Exactly. And you got to think, and this is where the web starts, is because you got to think about, he posts that on his page, and he's got, let's just say he's got 1,500 followers on his page. Okay, how many of those followers liked the picture of his daughter getting on the bus? And how many people paused on that? How many people made a comment, oh, she's so cute? And then how many people liked that comment? And how many of their friends looked at it and thought that was, it's, ugh.
Well, they'll even say, who else has daughters that go to the same school? The data is deep.
So it's, stable, here's a stable datum that everybody should have out there about this. Your website and your Facebook business page are 2 different things. You can think of your website is your CV. It's your resume. It's, here are my credentials. Here's what I do. Here's the cool machines I have. And your Facebook page as a doctor is, here's who I am. I'm friendly. This is what I look like. This is what I sound like. This is how much people like me.
It's social.
Yeah, it's so.
One
it
is like a brochure,
media.
and the other one is
Exactly. So it is social media. So the point of all that, just to wrap it up in a bow, is stay active on your page. Because if you're not, you're actually hurting yourself on your ads.
And you don't have to put crazy stuff on there. You don't have to do dances and whatever else. Just post often. But Facebook rewards authenticity.
Exactly. Yeah. Pictures of, if someone in the office had a birthday and you all had a birthday party back in the kitchen, take a picture of it. People at the front desk, selfies in the parking lot.
Yeah, folks love behind the scenes videos. Folks love to see what people are liking, really, what they like, kind of stuff. Yeah.
Here's something to say. You have to be careful what you put out there, folks. I think
that's true too.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus HIPAA.
Well, there's more than just HIPAA here.
All right.
There was a client of ours, great guy up in Ohio, and he was very verbose with his Facebook page. He's a very opinionated man. And I believe the post he put up there one day was something to the tune of, Heinz ketchup
Yes,
was carcinogenic.
There's like silver nitrate in ketchup or some
Yeah.
there was something in ketchup that is carcinogenic, which is
Okay.
probably a true statement. I have no
I'm
idea.
not a doctor, but it's probably true.
Right.
Obviously, though, Dr. Facebook didn't care for that very much, and
Because Heinz is a client.
yes, they shot his page something fierce.
Oh, so what happened to it? What
They nuked his page.
Oh, yeah,
They
suspended
disabled
it.
his
They
page.
suspended it.
Oh wow, okay. So
How
any
nuts.
ads attached to that page or
Yeah, any followers, any likes, you get nothing off that page
boy.
all of a sudden. And that was a
Wow.
page that he had for years.
were we able to
Hundreds
get
of
that back
people.
for him? Were we able to get that back? Wow.
They were very insistent on that.
Wow,
They take
okay.
it seriously. You step out of line in certain things, they don't give it back.
Yeah, I used to be mentioned COVID the wrong way.
Oh.
Oops.
That's a fun one.
I didn't even
Or
say that
mask.
just now, did I?
Or you couldn't. There was a while.
Okay.
There was
No.
a period that you actually, both on ads and posts, you could not use the word mask,
Yeah.
even if it was a verb. Like you say, don't.
Yeah, we used to have the
inadvertently
band.
use it.
It's funny, we used to have the. I thought it was being cheeky years ago. I put the banned words checklist for a lot of
Oh.
folks downloaded that. Like words you shouldn't use, like you and exclamation points and ads. That was just too spammy, too advertisey. Then came all the fact checking stuff, and you got to watch out for ads and pages. So yeah, so guys, yeah, make your political opinions if you must on your personal page.
Yep.
Yeah.
That never bleeds over. I've never seen that bleed over. Although maybe there's a couple of guys I suspect because they were
Yeah,
so out there.
Maybe,
But
I've seen
maybe
it one
tone it
time.
down on the Fed day at the office. So you don't want that one.
yeah, right. You know, right. The Soros, anti-Soros rhetoric.
Yeah. Be cool, be
But
cool.
yeah, keep that out. Like, obviously, the other thing about, and the smart thing about that, besides that Facebook does or does not, or free speech or whatever, and that's a whole other discussion. But a lot of your patient base will agree, and a lot of your patient base won't agree.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, folks, I have sold services to Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and crazy people. And you know what? Their money all spends the same, and I can help them more or less the same. But you go and alienate folks, that's always just a bad idea.
Yeah,
Sure.
health is apolitical, right?
Theoretically, although I do know
The care you give someone, I should
yeah,
say, right?
yeah, the care you give is apolitical. I have seen guys. There was a guy, I won't mention his name. He was a client for a while. He was super one side, and he attracted a bunch of patients that way, right? And I think he did fairly well. But then they nuked his page. This is a different guy. Nuked his page, canceled him, and he was toast. So anyway, politics are not. They say the things you don't discuss in polite company are religion, politics, and money.
Right.
Yeah, it goes for the fan page. Talk about success, talk about wins, show people having good times, show people winning, just so regular, real life stuff. That works the best.
You want to talk about what people look for in a doctor. This is something we've surveyed a long time, right? It goes hand in hand with this. People want to know, when they're looking at a doctor online, they want to make sure you're real, but they also want to make sure you're not creepy. That's the big thing.
Human and not creepy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like
And that's where this posting comes in. It shows, hey, you're a real place. Look at this. Let's be fair here. They're seeing an ad pop up on their newsfeed from some place that allegedly is a local place. And people are getting more and more wise to some of these goofy scams and whatnot that are out there. They click on that and they're supposed to sign up for some help with their healthcare. It seems a bit dubious. But if they can click back through that Facebook page and see, oh no, this is a local place. Oh, I've driven past that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, they sponsored that fair there. Oh yeah, I remember that ad. It all brings it together. Makes it less creepy.
Yeah, actually, it was females in the survey work. Was healthcare a personal thing, right? What kind of creepy? If it's often a male doctor and a female patient, is he creepy? We had that one doc. Definitely not going to mention any names. Who the photo on his
bad lady.
Facebook page, the photo on his Facebook page was bottom lit. It was like that classic way you take like a flashlight out of it when you're
Exactly.
like going out
Halloween.
camping. Yeah, the Halloween picture, you put the flashlight under you, makes you look all creepy. Yeah, there you go, the creepy weird look. That was his photo, and it was like
It was grainy, too.
It was grainy. It was like a serial killer, right?
They
Like,
are.
you think like the quote next was, he always seemed such a nice man. Who knew? He was kept to himself mostly.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. Image means people form images of you really quick. They opinion of you very fast, and bad pictures like that. Being outspoken, some people like that, but some people won't. Yeah, I would say stow it on the Facebook page because you don't know what you might run afoul of. Unfortunately, maybe we'll get the laws changed sooner or later. We're pushing for that, but the idea is that right now, if you want to make money, you want to attract and help more people, keep it about health, keep it positive. Don't do too much. Don't make crazy claims. Everybody knows not to make crazy claims, but that kind of stuff, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least entertaining, though.
Oh, well, it's
keep your followers entertained.
Yeah, and then you're gone.
yeah.
You're starting over with a new page with a slightly different name and a different address.
I know, after a decade of work, too.
Yeah, by the way, don't have more than, gentlemen, should they have more than one Facebook fan
Oh my
page?
gosh, no.
Yeah, why would that be? Yeah, okay, we've run across this. People have been with other marketing companies will make them, or their previous front desk or their wife or somebody made them like a fan page, and then made them another one with a different name. And this one and another one. They're known as their healthcare clinic here. They're like a hospital over here. It's all half filled out. They all has 12 followers each. and it's just a mess.
Yeah, it looks deeply deceptive and scam. Think like this. A lot of our doctors, they're people, they're medical guys, right? They don't see much value in a Facebook page in terms of something unique and important. But to Facebook, this is their whole job. This is what they do. So creating a Facebook page to them, that's okay, that is somebody. That's a real thing. You create two, it's why are there two? It looks just inherently odd.
Especially if you're running ads on from one for one thing, one for another thing.
Oh no, it's worse when you run ads. They get rejected or your account gets disabled, and then you create a second one. It's like you're completely trying to circumvent their policies there. They hate that.
Yeah. By the way, if you actually have ended up with extra fan pages, you can combine them.
Correct.
Yeah, you can
I mean,
merge them.
we just actually, for my own company here, for the Customer Factory, we had two. We had one for John Nesbitt, one for John Nesbitt, the Customer Factory. It's been out there for 800 years, right? So we just combined them one day last week, and that was done. It's not
so
so
hard.
be upfront with Facebook. Yeah, actually, we literally have on our wall a poster which says "Listen to Facebook."
Yep.
Because if you trust Facebook and work with them, they can make you rich.
Yeah.
I don't know really. They can literally work with them. They can make you rich.
Yeah. No, as smart as we are, the algorithms know more.
Oh yeah.
That's just the simplicity of it.
Yeah, you can take 10 or 15 ads. I used to think I was a pretty hot marketer until I did this trick. You look at a bunch of ads, say which ad is going to work the best. Okay, I think the ad with a little girl and then this ad copy, that's going to work the best. And other people, different ones, and man, I can't guess it right at all.
Nope.
The algorithm gets it right. Go, okay, we ran it, they did their thing, and now you know which ad is the best. Yeah,
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's not even that the algorithm is intelligent. It's what we mentioned there. It's the idea that you're like a partner with Facebook. That's how they view this. And they're not always the best partner. They're not always very upfront about the changes they make or how they treat you. But if you want to make money with them, you have to be a little respectable with them, right? That means not circumventing their policies. That means not doing things they don't like, right?
They always catch up on them. Every little scammy thing I've seen anybody ever try eventually gets curb stomped. And then you can get banned for life. Facebook will ban you for life. If you do some egregious stuff, they will just nuke you, and they don't have a personal page. And believe me, you used to be able to make a different personal page. No, not with the face stuff and all the things they have going on. Check this out. They'll identify who you are by who your friends are.
Oh yeah.
Right? Damn, we're probably really watching this thing leaked out by Facebook. But
I've
still,
said that sentence to countless clients on debug, like when we're fixing things. No one can outsmart Facebook. You just can't.
yeah.
You cannot outsmart the number of data points they have and everything.
Even if I decided that's it, I'm going to go be like Ted Kaczynski, live in a little shack in the middle of the woods with no connectivity. The fact that I hadn't been on your page or your page for a while, Facebook would be like, I bet he's in Montana. They would have figured it out anyway.
Someone would have taken a picture of you in the background. It's-
Oh, totally. Oh, it was a guy. This was at some point. The guy who was at Disneyland. So he took a picture, and the dude was in the back. He was wanted, and he was at Disneyland. I don't know why wanted people at Disneyland, but they captured it. That somebody got the face recognition, got him because he was in the background of someone else's shot at Disneyland.
Yep.
Dude.
There's no
welcome
hiding.
to Minority Report.
Just
Yeah. So
accept.
so actually, this will be the last episode of this we do. We're not going to be too depressed to do anything else.
And we all love the.
Everyone go online. I always thank ChatGPT whenever it does something. Thank you, just in case. Cover your bets, right?
Manners don't cost nothing, right?
It's like manners don't cost anything. That's right. All right, good. All right, so what else can we do for guys?
I don't know. That's the baseline.
Yeah.
Because you start there. Because then your entire marketing campaign can build off of that. That's the foundation it builds off of. Because without that, then what's the old adage of you're building on broken straws or whatever, sand or whatever you want to say. But it's true. If you don't have that basic in, then it's just an uphill battle from there.
Yeah,
So
you have to, the other thing is like, be active on the page, fill out the thing all the way out. We learned that years ago.
yeah.
Some people there's all these little side things, put your industry and put this down. Accurately put your industry in. Industry's
Yes.
got to be that is super important. If you're off by a little bit on what
Don't
industry
call
you
yourself
sell,
a hospital.
don't do
Not a
that.
hospital.
If you're medical, call yourself medical. If you're not medical, don't call yourself medical.
You are not a medical website. Yeah, I understand
No,
Facebook
yes,
is a
it's a-
website,
yeah,
but you are not.
Right,
so.
we got that right. I seen that a lot. Yeah, and then all the little things on the side where you just add in a little do things like open hours and all that stuff. Fill that out. Every bit of that is a little signal that you're legitimate, and the more legitimate you are, the more Facebook trusts you. The more Facebook trusts you, the more money they can make you.
That's right.
And that's that's as far as that goes.
And we can see it. You actually get rewarded.
Yeah.
That's not just a guess. Like you can see it in the cost per click, in the cost per thousands, and all.
Yeah.
The numbers actually show exactly what we're saying.
Yeah, so much we've actually developed a social marketing program for guys who will coming soon. Anyway, so as we say, hygiene about who's attached to your page. Check. We've learned this out too.
Oh yeah.
If you got somebody and they've had a page before that was banned or whatever, say it's a schlocky marketing company, say I won't name anybody, and they've had pages banned because they don't know what they're doing or they just made mistakes or misunderstandings or whatever, and then they get attached to a new page, Facebook immediately puts that page under suspicion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, we've seen that. The actual term that because we had a new client, a client that was starting with us that we had to do a big cleanup on because you can look and get a list of all the things that are wrong with the page. And one of the line
That's a
items.
tool most people don't know about, by the way.
Oh, that's probably
Yeah,
true.
Facebook gives you a diagnosis of the page, and all the
Yep.
stuff we're talking about, a lot of it's covered in there.
Yeah, and anyways, one of the line items on that was untrustworthy connections,
Yep.
which was new. That just started about like maybe 5 months ago. We started seeing
Sometime
that.
this year.
Yeah, it's an actual line item now that says untrustworthy connections.
If
And
you've got
that's
somebody who's
what
an
that
admin on your
is.
page, hosting on your page, like who's been given access to your page or agency access to your page or any of these variations of things, and they've got a checkered history,
Right.
you get tarnished by that.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, no, and this goes right back to what we were talking about earlier with the Facebook pages. You have an old page that was running something it shouldn't have, or just wasn't running well. That gets hit, it will affect the next page. And we've also seen them blackball credit cards and debit cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than have a new client ready to go, keys the ignition, but oops, Facebook will not take your money. They will not take your money if they don't trust
Because
you.
that credit card was attached to something else that went sideways.
Yep.
So the last account you had got nuked, so that card is nuked. As far as they're concerned, they won't
Right.
take your money. Yeah, that's wild. I know.
I know.
Oh, it's yeah.
All right, but okay, I feel like we're being like, oh, everything's terrible.
Yeah.
No, it's
99 times out of 100, everything is great.
Yeah.
But if your things aren't running well, you can look for this Facebook page and lack of activity and being tarnished or whatever as a reason for why a part. We have a huge, like he does quality control. We have a huge checklist that diagnoses through all these possible things because it could be any or all of these going on.
Yeah.
It's also
not working out.
It doesn't have to be scary because this just goes back to that old adage of it's actually really easy to be honest. Lying is difficult. Lying and trying to trick and keep up with your lies and shade, that's what's hard.
Yeah, anybody comes in and says, I got a Facebook hack for these
Oh,
ads.
dude.
I got a hack.
No.
You think you're going to hack the billion-dollar company that,
Yeah,
that
no,
they're
but,
looking for it?
But yeah, but just being honest
Yeah.
and staying honest is actually very easy. That's when you fill out all the little side things and everything, just tell the
And
truth.
there are second
And-
chances. We've seen
yeah.
many times where we had to revise a page for somebody, or we get a page brought back from the dead.
Oh,
'cause,
yeah, absolutely.
You can talk to them and you communicate with them. And if your page has been nuked, contact them, talk to them. Eventually, you'll get through to a human who eventually might give you a second chance.
Yes.
And they tend to, because here's what I'm thinking on why they do it that way. Scammers, when they get busted scamming, run like cockroaches.
Yep.
Yes.
Real people, when they get treated like a scammer, get indignant and upset and blah, 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 talk about it. So I think the fact that you're continuing to try to get this one page unblocked
Yeah.
is a signal to Facebook that you're not a scammer.
Right.
Because you care about this one page. If you're a scammer, you'd have 3,500 pages. There's machines that make automatic pages and all that stuff, right? So the fact you keep doing it, I think that is why they built this huge, nasty wall. Like you tell them, hey, I want to appeal the suspension. It tells you, no, die in a fire. Okay, never contact us ever again. And you contact again and again and again, and eventually that much friction, that much effort means that you might be actually legitimate and they'll look at you.
And I've found, okay, I'm going to give everybody a secret gem. So, because I've done many appeals for people's pages, ads, etc. And I have found, now it's not in writing anywhere in Facebook, it's just something I found through experience, that if you end your appeal with a little humility, you actually get it through fast. Like I'll put the appeal and I'm never like, I know I'm right, you guys messed up. It's always like, I went over the ads, I think, and then I always put a sentence at the end, please review and advise me what I should do to fix this. And I get 99% of my appeals approved, and I think it's just my thought, my opinion. I think it's because I'm not telling Facebook you're wrong, I was right.
Yeah.
It's all I'm willing. It's like I'm saying, hey, I'm willing. I think I'm right, but I'm willing to listen to whatever you have to say to me. Please take a look at it.
Yeah, I think
It gets me good stuff.
truth to that, and I think one more factor, another deeper
Oh,
secret.
okay.
Deeper seats. Anybody listen long enough in this recording
They're
is going to get the
good
deep
stuff now.
magic, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Facebook has free training. You can do
Oh, that's
these
true.
little 2 and 3 minute, like literally the courses are like what, 3 minutes long, 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Teaches you one little thing about Facebook, and then you move along. And there's a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
When you do them, they know it was you that did that course. So they know that you're trained or not trained. Are you taking the time to train yourself or not taking the time to train yourself? And I'm convinced that the more of their training you do, the better you get treated. I also know, like with our business manager having so many accounts attached to it that are doing well, that we get, if someone comes up and connects to us, there's like a reverse to the bad connections, the untrustworthy connections.
There's a certain inertia we have practically.
Well, yes, also trustworthy connections.
Yes.
We don't have scammy clients, so we have this sort of little bit of trust. I think we can also get away with. I've seen us do things, even by mistake, that I go, ooh, we shouldn't have gotten away with that, but we did. Why? Because the book goes, we're not looking too close at you guys.
Right.
Anyway, so we don't want to do that. We don't like to put people at risk, but the idea is that there's a reputation, and there's somewhere they never talk about it, but you have a reputation personally, and a reputation as a fan page, and a reputation as an advertiser.
I have no doubt that our business manager, as well as all of our individual accounts, have some score or something that Facebook keeps.
Well,
I have no doubt at all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how about
That is
this?
the case.
We started our business manager the day I started the company, and we're still using the same business
Right.
manager. We've not had to change. Business manager, for those who don't know, is what holds all your sub accounts. You have all these advertising accounts, and they're all managed as under one business, really for agency use. Right? Many companies have on their business manager number 38 because they get nuked and have all these troubles. We're still on what's called CM1, right?
CF1.
CF1,
Yep.
Customer Factory 1, right? We made extras just in case, but we never needed them. It's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And I've even seen this on my personal. Everybody has gotten, I'm sure to some degree, has gotten locked out of Facebook or have to whatever. So like I am personally a very active person on Facebook for both the company and myself, and like normally I've seen people, they get locked out and you have to go through, you have to send your ID and you have to do things like this. When I get locked out, Facebook actually does a different test for me because they'll do things like say, hey, this person over here tagged you in a picture, who is that? And make me name basically name one of my friends. So
is that a higher level of security because you're controlling $1 million worth of ad spend, or is
I don't know, but it's definitely me being treated differently than I've seen other people get that same lockout, and they have to send a picture of their license, and they have to go through all this stuff. And with me, it's just, hey, your friend tagged you in a picture a month ago. What's their first name? And I type it in, and then I get unlocked.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a
Right.
weird one too personally. I think it's because I really use this more for the agency than I do for my personal use. I do make sure to use some personal use, that way I show I'm a real human being. That's important.
Yep.
But the one I get is, it says, hey, this is some suspicious behavior here. What's the full number of this credit card? Here's the last 4 digits. What's the rest of it?
right.
And it's one of our clients' cards. So I can just go in, find the system, get that, and then say, okay, this is the card. There you go. And it's good. So it's weird. And that actually does bring us back to the point. There have been times in the past where we've had issues with CF1. It's nothing major, but you know where that came from? How do I put this? Inauthentic user profiles. Remember that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I told you my dog had a
Yep.
profile, and he was connected to that one. Learn. Ooh, they don't like the dog.
Exactly, yeah. The big one was actually me. I didn't use Facebook at all. I just had literally a dummy account. I'm not sure where the email went. And eventually that started becoming a problem because basically a nobody to Facebook was controlling basically $1 million agency, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, that's a little sus, as the kids say these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so keep it real, keep it straight, and you'll be fine. If most people, they find themselves on the wrong side of the Facebook law, it's not that hard to get it fixed as long as you're not egregious. Or if something goes sideways or south, maybe someone new just connected into your page, like a new agency or a new user, maybe at your office or something who's been associated with some weird stuff, whatever. So it's no checklist you can run down there.
Sure.
All right, good. Well, I feel like we hit a nice little ending spot there, guys. What do you say?
I think we're good.
I think
All right,
that'll
good.
help.
If anybody watches this, thanks for watching this. Thanks for listening to it. Appreciate it. Hopefully you learned something there. And we'll see you in the next show.